it's me, Myra. It's Tuesday. Oh, have I told you all lately about my book, Down Home Money, A Simple Approach to Financial Freedom? You can hit the link below and pick you one up at Amazon. So excited to talk to you today. We're going to talk about money, money, money. Oh my. When you're talking about money, right now, we have got to talk about inflation and what's going on. So inflation's over 7%. We have all these things going on. Unemployment is at a good rate. The housing market is still through the roof, although we have very little inventory and still have really pretty high demand, but very little inventory. So the prices are ridiculous. Interest rates, they're going to go higher than we expect, which could cause us to have a recession. I mean, there's so many things going on. It's just unbelievable. International tensions between Russia and Ukraine. I mean, right now, more than ever, you need to watch this video because we have got to get prepared. And when you're prepared and you've got your money house in order, you don't have to worry about any of this. Because you don't have to worry about a job. You don't have to worry if you can make your house payment. You don't have to worry if you make your car payment, if you can afford food. Because once you realize that every day, the reason you go to work every day is to make money to pay for your housing, to pay for your transportation, to pay for your insurance, your food, your electric bill, your water bill, all these things. That's why you go to work every day. Well, what if I told you that we can start building you a passive income, whether it's through real estate, dividend investing, the stock market, a retirement plan, and build you where every month you have enough money to pay for those essential expenses. That's what we teach here at Down Home Money. We teach you how to build passive income. You know, I will tell you, in my 20s, I started building a rental portfolio, and it took me 13 years to build to where I had 10 houses that threw me off $5,000 a month. And I was a hairstylist. My husband was a policeman. And that was how much we needed. Well, actually, how much we wanted. We only spent about $3,000 a month, but we wanted $5,000 a month so that we could live the way we wanted to live and have a cushion and continue to fund our retirement plans, right? So that's what we did. We just worked a lot of hours. On the front end, we worked our butts off. I mean, we worked all the time. I had side hustles. I did all kinds of stuff. I did a network marketing company. I did all kinds of side hustles also during that time. We didn't call them side hustles back then, but I did them. And it's because I really realized I was young and energetic, and that's when I wanted to work hard, was while I was young. Because I will tell you today, I don't want to have to work hard. I want to work smart. And it was because of those years, those 20s. I retired at age 33, where I sold my hair salon and my husband quit the police department. And we went 3 years to where we did not work. And we just had fun, we traveled, and I got bored. And then I thought, I don't want another job. What can I do? So that's when I got my real estate license and started building a little empire with real estate. And little did I know that I would end up being a top salesperson, then next owning a franchise, and then owning 3 franchises. I mean, that was not in my plan because I didn't want to work. Remember, I like freedom, but I love building stuff. And so now I'm down to 1 franchise and I still have a real estate team and I'm enjoying life. I have people that run my companies and do an amazing job, way better than I could. And that is working smarter instead of harder. And that's what gave me the opportunity to start really looking 2 years ago when COVID hit and I was home and not all the hustle bustle. I really had an opportunity, like a lot of us, and that's why they're saying the great resignation, is I had an opportunity to really discover what gives me joy. And if you haven't read my book, Down Home Money, seriously get it. It really does share with you just a process to go through to kind of figure out. There's a lot of questionnaires in there to figure out what gives you joy. And what I found out, it was not living in an expensive house. It was not eating at fancy places. Matter of fact, my motto is I don't drive my money, I don't live in my money, and I don't wear my money. My money makes money. But I see so many people today working their butt off and then using their money and buying expensive clothes, expensive shoes, expensive car. Their monthly car payment is a third of what they're making every month. And it just makes me sick to my stomach because I really realize those are the people that are still going to be working when they're in their 50s, 60s, and maybe even 70s, you guys. We got a bunch of new workers that are in their early 70s because they didn't save their money. And Social Security is just not getting it. It's not enough money to even pay their rent. So I think it's just time that we have this conversation about why it's important for you to focus on financial freedom. One, you got to decide what you want and where you want to be. Two, you got to decide what you're willing to do to get there. So I always tell people the first thing you need to do, and you can go to my website, I'll put the link down below, downhomemoney.com, and I have it on Money Tools. You can click on the net worth sheet, figure out where you are so we can know where we're going to take you. Because, you are 5 years away from being anything you want to be and having anything you want to be. It is about discipline. It truly is. I always tell people where you are today is a result of 5 years ago, what you did. So where you're going to be is a result of what you do today. So let's just get hyper-focused on what it is you want. So I will tell you that in the last 2 years, I have learned how to do dividend investing. So I built my retirement portfolio on rental property. That was my number one goal. That's what I knew I could control. That's what I understood. So I started buying rental property and built it. 13 years and made it. Then 2 years ago, meanwhile, I'm investing every month because I do have a simplified employer pension because I'm self-employed. Every month I put money in my pension. So the cool thing is in 10 years, it was worth $160,000. I maxed it out every year for the write-off that it gives. And then the second 10 years, so that after 20 years, it had over $1 million in the account. And I don't say that to brag. I'm telling you that was from compounding and being consistent and making monthly consistent investments. So if you're lazy and you don't want to buy a rental property and you don't want to do anything, I can tell you what to do, and in 20 years, you'll be fine, okay? Because $1 million portfolio, if you did the 4% rule, which means you withdrew after the 20 years, you've built it up to $1 million, and you withdrew 4% a year, you would be fine to live off that money. That's $40,000 a year. You just make sure you need to get your expenses down to where you could live on $40,000 a year. Some people can live on less, so they might only need $20,000 a year if their house is paid for and everything's paid for. That's the other thing. Some people get their expenses really, really just super, super low so that they can earn less because they don't want to spend their time at a job. They want to have a life. And some people decide that they want to have there's a movement called the FIRE movement, and there's lean FIRE. And some people are like, you know what? I can get my expenses down to $1,500 a month and have the freedom to live. So then they figure out what investments do I need to make $1,500 a month. And then they go work their butt off, maybe 2 jobs, maybe you're doing a side, whatever, and you're putting all your money and buying assets that throw you off of passive income, whether that be dividends, stocks, businesses, or real estate. They're buying assets that throws them off an income that they don't actually have active income. It's passive income. When you go to work every day, that's active income. You're having to be active in the business or in the activities to make the money. Passive income is when you receive the money comes in. My dividends that y'all can watch my videos, and I'll link a video here for you to get started on dividend investing. My dividends pay me monthly. They're automatically deposited in my bank account. Now, some I take cash dividends, some I reinvest. In my aristocrat stocks in my portfolio, I reinvest every month. In my riskier, the higher rates, like ORC, AGNC, some of those REITs, I'm taking monthly incomes and I'm taking the cash and I may be putting it back in the aristocrats that are long term, because you just never know. I'm trying to weigh out risk and reward. And so I'm a novice. I'm still learning on the whole dividend portfolio, and you're getting to watch my journey right here on my YouTube channel. And I'm learning every day, and I'm bobbing and weaving, but I also don't want to lose my money, because I did sell some of my real estate and was able to build this portfolio pretty fast to my goal. The first goal was $500 a month, then $1,000, then $5,000, and now I'm on my goal to $10,000 a month. I only have 4 months out of the year that pay that now, and I'm working on building that up. So that's what this is all about. This is about building you passive income streams to get what you want. But you got to decide, what do you want? And then open you up a brokerage account. And a lot of people say, well, I don't want to pay taxes on that money. That is the most ridiculous. When people make that statement to me, I'm always like, what do you mean you don't want to pay taxes on that money? Do you not pay taxes on the money you make now? So stop. That's stinking thinking. Don't focus on that. I want to pay tax. I hope I'm the biggest taxpayer in the country, because that means I make a lot of money. Okay? That's how you got to get your mindset. You can't worry about, I don't want to go make money because I got to give the IRS money. You know what? I'd rather pay capital gains than my rate. My federal tax rate is ridiculous. So I'd rather pay capital gains than my federal tax rate. So buy qualified dividends. So that's my thing. I just want to help you understand about money. I think our whole mindset around money is wrong. I think you've got to realize when you're young, you need to go make as much money as you can, but not to go buy Gucci and all these other things that you're spending your money on, and expensive cars that you really can't afford. And, if you're making $3,000 a month, you sure shouldn't be paying $800 a month on a car payment. It's crazy. You should be paying $200, $300. Go buy a cheap car. You've got, and use that other $500 to invest in your future income. And that's what we talk about on this channel. It's so important that you understand that. Half of Americans that work jobs, only half have a 401k. So if you don't take action, you don't have a retirement plan. And with the Great Resignation, so many people are quitting and starting their own thing, which is wonderful. And that's why it's important to start a simplified employer pension for your self-employment income. Make sure you're doing an IRA. Inflation is over 7%, you guys, and the interest rates are going to start going up. The real estate market will level out because interest rates will go up. And the real estate market's going to level out. Inflation's the highest since 1982. So we just want to make sure when interest rates start going up, we don't go into a recession, because that is a possibility. And then, we've got what's going on with Russia and Ukraine and our supply chain. There's a lot of stuff going on. So don't allow somebody else to plan your future. You plan your future. And it's with the decisions you make today with your money are crucial. If I can help you, downhomemoney@gmail. I'm here to help. This is a passion project for me. I love sharing wealth building tips and how I got here. I've got a high school education, so it's pretty incredible that I'm in this position I'm in, but it's because of my discipline, and I want to share that with you. We'll see you next Tuesday, like every Tuesday. I'll see you on Tuesday. Go build your future. It's important. So next Tuesday when you watch this video, I want you to be able to tell me that you opened your account. We'll see you next Tuesday. It's the first step. See ya.